So, I've been watching the new Falcon and Winter Soldier, Connor.
How many episodes are it?
We are 2 deep right now.
Okay.
2 episodes deep. And overall, I like it. It's a good show. It's a fun show. I think the action is movie quality.
Okay.
So far.
Is there a lot of action?
There's a good amount.
Mm-hmm.
A good amount. We're averaging like one big, like, thing per week so far. So like we started with like a plane thing, and then now we did a truck thing. There's different things.
Yeah, I was curious how that was going to be because I mean, like WandaVision didn't have much of that. It was pretty much
it was mostly just 2 characters sitting around.
Yeah,
cheap stuff until the end, and then they tried to do the whole superhero thing, and it didn't work out so well. I don't think.
Oh, okay.
But so far, this has been pretty good. I think they've I think the moment-to-moment dialogue has taken a hit in this episode, unlike WandaVision, where moment-to-moment the dialogue was perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes the pacing of the tonal changes isn't as sharp as it is in most of the movies.
Mm-hmm.
And not every joke lands. But, for the most part, the clips are there, the characters are there, and the actors are charismatic enough to,
I mean, they've already done the role.
Yeah, so and they've been doing it for a while. Mm-hmm. My only concern right now is they've decided to open up the race conversation on this show.
Okay.
I know. It's very interesting. They even have a character, no real spoilers here, but they even have a character who is pretty much a representation of the Tuskegee experiments.
Mm-hmm.
And boy, I hope they really have this conversation and they're not just like, yeah, the way we treat black people is bad, and then they move on. Mm-hmm. I really do hope they continue and actually say something here, but,
I mean, you can never really know how far Marvel's writing is going to ever go.
Not only Marvel, but Disney.
Disney, Disney even more so, actually.
Exactly. So, how much of this conversation are we really willing to have, y'all? I hope it's the full conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I hope it's not just like a wink and a nod because your title character is black.
Yeah.
But, you know who isn't black, Connor?
Not us.
Not us.
No, not us at all.
Not us at all. And who are we?
We're the Two Penny Gamescast.
We're the Two Penny Gamescast, baby. Now, I just realized. You can't be black and be part of the Two Penny Gamescast. It just happens.
No one thought that. No one thought that at all.
It just happens that you're not. That we're not. We are not black. Anyways, Two Penny Gamescast.
Did you have the fear of God putting you like, I said something wrong?
No, it wasn't that serious.
Misinterpretation?
It was more of just like a future of like, hey man, like, yo, if you're a person of color or not a man and you like video games, come talk to us about video games. We like video games too.
Yeah.
We just want to talk about video games.
I guess in that case, is Phil not coming back on?
Yeah, no, he's gone. He's gone.
Shit.
We're getting rid of him. Never again will Phil ever be on anything Two Penny Games related.
No more hype.
No more hype.
I guess that means no Kingdom Hearts for you.
Twitch. Oh, thank God. No, twitch.tv/Two Penny Games. Hype every Tuesdays. But what is this show, Connor? This is the Two Penny Games cast. We come to you every week, Monday, 8 a.m., and talk to you about the new news you need to know. Connor, you are my host. Or my co-host and my dear friend. Say hi to the people, Connor.
Hey, guys.
This is a little sporadically different setup, but we're just I am your main host,
Tavin
Bothel.
Huh. There you go. It came from the heart more. I sensed
what did? Me calling you my friend?
Yes, it came from the heart. Good job,
you think
Tavin.
So?
Good job for having empathy and a heart.
You think so?
Yes.
That's interesting. Anyways, quick sip of water. This is the Two Penny Gamescast, and we come to you each week, Monday, 8 a.m. I already said all that. YouTube, Spotify, SoundCloud, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. If you're there, we're there with you.
The works at this point.
So, the whole gist of the show, ladies and gentlemen, is every week Connor and I come to you with 2 pennies, 2 topics, and give you our 2 cents on them. Now, Connor, this week, I'm into the news, Connor. I'm into it.
Yep.
I like it.
Some stuff happened here and there.
Some stuff happened. You brought in some smaller things, which I thought was interesting. But I'm all about that too. So Connor, let's go ahead and jump into my first penny of the day, and our first topic. Reports that PlayStation is closing its PS3 and Vita and PSP, stores later this year, in a few months, in fact. There's an article from thegamer.com by Kirk McKeed. The PS3, PS Vita, and PlayStation Portable stores aren't long for this world. According to a source familiar with the situation verified by The Gamer, the stores are due to be closed down from July. It says, I think he means in July. The announcement is planned for the end of this month. PSPs and PS3 stores are to be closed on July 2nd, while the PS Vita store will stay open until August 27th. After those dates, you will no longer be able to purchase digital copies of games or DLC for any of the Sony consoles mentioned above. The PS3, released in November 2006, sold a total of 87 million units during its lifetime. The console officially ended production 4 years ago, after 11 successful years on the market and 3 model redesigns. The PSP enjoyed similar success, selling around 81 million units since its release in March 2005. Notoriously, the PS Vita was a bit of a flop. Sony's second handheld released in December 2011 and sold between 10 to 15 million units across its lifetime, despite being an excellent little machine. Shout out to you, Kirk, for knowing what's up. Shout out to you for knowing what's up.
He played the Vita as much as you did.
It's a great handheld.
For it every chance of the way.
Underrated
It's an underrated
console.
thing. You'd be butt buddies together if he was in this room right now.
Underrated. Does it have issues? Yes, it has a lot of issues. Does it have great functionality? Yes, it does. Two analog sticks. Did it before the DS did it. I'm just saying it. I don't know if it's true. Pretty sure it is.
Spin-off Uncharted game? Yeah.
Spin-off Uncharted was a solid game. There's a
Yeah.
Killzone that people like. Persona 4 Golden before it went to PC.
Mm-hmm.
People like Freedom Wars. Severed premiered on the PS Vita. You can get it on pretty much everything else now.
Mm-hmm.
Severed, great game. Great game.
Severed. What again?
It's a dungeon crawling. It's a dungeon crawler game where it's a first person. You go around this dungeon and you slice things.
Okay.
And you use the touchpad on the Vita to slice things. It's very thing. Yeah, it was good.
Huh.
It was a really good game. I liked that game a lot. Back to this. The handheld recently saw some resurgence in popularity thanks to how easy it is to turn into a portable emulator. If you own any of the 3 consoles and you've always wanted to download a specific game, now is the time. No doubt the price of physical games will jump up once the stores cease to exist. What is this? The success of the Nintendo Switch proves that there's a market for portable consoles these days, so perhaps we'll see us. Okay. Yeah, so this is unfortunate.
You'll still be able to get those devices and eBay and game stores and stuff like that.
And the physical copies, sure. But you got to remember, PS3, we're starting, and even PSP, we're starting to look at digital-only games. Mm-hmm. And, like games like Guacamelee or like Limbo or Inside, those came eventually with physical releases, but, far and few. Mostly if you own it digitally. Mm-hmm. Super Meat Boy, all those classics. Where are we going to get them now?
Well, Tavin, I guess that means it has been my personal opinion that I love discs. I wouldn't have this problem.
Okay.
I'd be associated with it.
Connor, let me bring the problem to reality here for you, Connor. I saw on eBay this week the Ratchet and Clank HD collection disc, $150.
Better than not having access to it, I guess, online. At least have it. Hey, if I spend money, I can buy it. Nothing's stopping me.
Give me a way to buy the games, Sony. Mm-hmm. I understand you're not going to have a lot. Okay.
They have been aiming also to, obviously the logical thing to point out is that they've been abandoning these devices for a long, long time.
And if we're honest with ourselves, we knew this day was coming.
Yeah.
Like, this is not a big surprise. The problem is that we were hoping for a way to play these games some other way once you had to shut those stores down. Because those stores run off of entirely different server, to different system than the PS4 and the PS5 stores work. Especially, I think the PS5 is like brand new, and it's like a whole different thing. So, this happens and we go, okay, sure, I have to go find a disc for games that are trapped on the PS3 and the PS... Oh, God. Trying to find something on the PS Vita? Good luck, dude. Cartridges are hard to get games for. So that the Vita is really going to suffer. The PSP is really going to suffer. The PS3 will be okay mostly, but you got to start thinking about like a lot of great experiences on the PS3 were DLCs. What happens to Infamous 2: Festival of Blood? What happens to whole games like Infamous 2, Metal Gear Solid 4, which are only available on PS3s, and they're a little old, so now we got to depend on other people not destroying every disc, you know, and we live in a digital age, so it's unlike, so it in terms of like keeping record and keeping history and really like, if you're one of those people who like really cares about like, you know, like there's history of film classes. Eventually, I imagine there's going to be history of video game classes.
Infamous second Coming of Blood DLC? No, I don't.
The Festival of Blood.
Festival of Blood, yeah.
About it? Oh yeah, no, it will never be it'll never be a thing. But it would be nice to go back and be able to experience those things if you wanted to. Granted, was I ever going to go back and play Festival of Blood again? Probably not. Did I even play Festival of Blood? I think I did.
But it is good to have the option of saying, well, I can just go back and buy it off the store.
And you know,
anymore.
This is Sony's bet, is that, hey, you just wanted the option. You weren't ever going to actually go back and do those things. To which I say, excuse you, Sony. When I first got my Vita 4 years ago, I went back and I played the Sly Cooper collection and the Ratchet and Clank collection, all these collections. Eventually, I'm gonna want to go back. Whatever I just said. I'm gonna want to go back and experience these things again. Or there might be some new gamers who are like, man, what the fuck was the PS2 like? Let me go load up PS2 classics, you know, on your PS4, which like, now we're not getting anything for those, and we didn't get everything worth mentioning to begin with. So it's like, yo, what do we do with PS1 classics which never made its way to the 4 and the 5? You know,
you got to pay some money sometimes to get some of those physical copies. Now that everything's just gone. So
yeah, but we're past an era where that should matter. You understand? Like, yeah, we're past that era of price jumping and stuff. The printing of discs should have killed that era of things being hard to get, and it didn't. So I don't know. It's really unfortunate to me that all of this information is lost. And like, there's a lot of digital only games that were really fucking important to creating the indie scene that we have today. Now they're just kind of gone.
People are going to have a couple months to still buy those things, but once that time's passed, it's the end for those things.
Arguably, all the big and important ones are on other consoles, or they're on new consoles. Limbo, Fez, Super Meat Boy, Journey. All of those you can get somewhere fairly easily. But, you know, it's just like, you look at the generation we have now and you go, fuck, man, like, what happens when I can't get Hades on the Switch store anymore? You know?
The thing about Switch that I learned not too long ago was that you don't actually technically own the games.
That's with any digital sale.
Yeah, well, even someone like GOG actually gives you their file of the game, and you can actually use it that way.
That's only for GOG.
Yeah, a GOG is special.
Literally every other store, you're just licensing it.
Which is why it's things can just kind of come and go pretty quickly.
So, I will be purchasing and downloading and installing the Ratchet and Clank HD collection to my PS3, and it's going to stay there. Yeah, depending on how good the Mass Effect Legendary Edition is, you know, I might have to just delete.
Oh, come on!
Delete the original trilogy.
Don't be like, oh, you know, the remastered might not be good, so you got to prepare.
Hey, you never know, man. You never know. We've seen cases of remasters being shit.
It's BioWare.
We're on a rough patch.
Rough patch.
Anyways.
No, they won't mess it up. They won't mess it up.
So, hopefully I'll be able to delete the Mass Effect trilogy so that I can have room for all the other games I want to play.
The next generation of Mass Effect games on the PlayStation 5. But
and until they give me another option, you can bet your ass my copy of Metal Gear Solid 4 is staying right there in the entertainment system.
Go buy games.
Huh?
Go buy games.
I guess. I don't know what else I would want.
And now's your time to find out.
I've got Infamous installed. I've got Infamous to... Anyways, I'm getting in the weeds. But yeah, no. Unfortunate. And that's not even speaking to all we're losing with the PSP and the PS Vita. Those are great games on those consoles, and they're just lost to time now. You could bet your ass we're never going to see any type of proper porting or anything to any other consoles. So
yeah,
shame. But you know, it's not a shame, Connor.
New studio starting.
Shame at all. It's very exciting,
especially in this day and age.
I'm saying. Here we go. So. We've got Ikumi Nakamura. Nakamura. I nailed it like 7 times before the show. I nailed it. And then
I'm not gonna mess it up.
As soon as I was on mic, I messed it up. All right. Nakamura opens a new indie studio in Japan working on a new IP. This is by an article from FinalWeapon.net by Sol Kiwami. Former Ghostwire Tokyo director Ikumi Nakamura announced that she's opened a new indie studio in Japan. She's working on a new IP that will be announced at a later date. The new studio and IP are yet to be named, but this is a good change of pace for Nakamura. In a new documentary, she explains her career through Capcom, Platinum Games, and Tango Gameworks, along with her decision to leave Tango in 2019. Video below. We can't wait to see what her and her team are working on. In the meantime, stay tuned at Final Weapon for the Later, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so, if you don't know, Nakamura was the cute little game dev who caught a little viral moment after the
2019, I think. No, 2018. It would have to be 18.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was Ghostwire presentation at E3. And people loved her. Like, people loved her energy.
Yeah, she was like, she's the, it's spooky, that meme.
She's grown a decent amount of followers on Twitter. People just like her being active on there.
So, yeah, this is neat. I doubt we'll be even paying enough attention to be like, oh, yeah, okay, her game.
Yeah.
When it comes out. I mean, maybe we will.
We might. I remember actually recently watching a video on this Japanese game that was made, indie game, that was a very, very strange horror game where you're a little girl being stalked through the city of some Japanese city, and you have to hide from her. And it's pretty... The whole way that the game is set up is very unique. And it came from an indie dev in Japan, so it's the opportunity for those kind of games to be made by people like her. Because she's obviously very well known for her enemy designs that she's done for Capcom and for Ghostwire. And we can see a pretty good example of her work in whatever game she's making. You can probably assume it's going to be along those same lines. It's something creepy.
Neat. It'll be, I mean, it's clearly a smaller thing. Like, this isn't like a bigger thing like when we were talking about, I've forgotten her name. Oh, homegirl from last week. Last week? Did we talk about that?
Yeah.
Jade Raymond, right?
Yes. That's who it was.
When we were talking about Jade Raymond last week, that's obviously going to be a much bigger deal. That was more of like a Hideo Kojima level of thing. This is just like a little small timer, like, oh, okay, neat, cool. So, I always love seeing new games, new studios, new artists coming together.
It just means more stuff for us. So
just more good stuff for us, you know. And Connor, something that maybe not so great, not so exciting. Oh, that was your first penny.
Yes, that was my first penny.
In case you didn't know, Connor, when in all the setup we did to the show, that was your penny. You chose that topic. You said, "Hey, this is something I want to talk about."
Oh, you just reminded people
And we talked about it.
And we talked about it for a couple minutes.
I don't know if you knew that.
I was aware of
that. Anyways, moving on to third topic, my second penny of the day. Microsoft reportedly in talks to purchase Discord for over $10 billion. I'm pulling an RGN article by Adam Bankhurst. Microsoft is allegedly in talks to purchase Discord, the gaming-focused chat software, for over $10 billion US. As reported by Bloomberg, these discussions appear to be early as there is no imminent deal on the horizon. Furthermore, one source said that despite these talks, Discord may be more likely to go public than sell itself. While Microsoft is one of potential suitors, Discord has also been in discussions with Epic Games and Amazon. VentureBeat first reported that Discord, the company with roughly 140 million monthly users, that recently raised $100 million at a $7 billion valuation, was exploring a sale worth more than $10 billion. Discord was said to be the one who reached out to Microsoft to gauge interest in a potential sale, and that Xbox head Phil Spencer has been part of these chats. Wow. Purely speculation, it's important to consider how beneficial having a service like Discord could be for the future of communication on the Xbox platform.
Now, there's two different sides to this story. The first one is, obviously, it's the thing that's more highlighted in the article itself, which it can bring the whole Discord platform to Xbox. Because, I mean, we play on PC, and we have Discord account, we have Discord chats, and those are very, very convenient for any type of game you want to play.
Yeah.
It's easy to just jump into a chat room that you can specify for certain games and certain activities, or even just your own personal one, whatever that is. And also establish calls with individual people. So it's really just one of the most efficient ways to communicate in games.
Discord is great.
Yeah, very good. And I hope to see that Microsoft would more or less adopt that into their platform. Now, the other side of this is it's a big company buying another product and conglomerating more control over the industry, which I've always been very skeptical on the amount of money that corporations like this get, and the control that they get. So I could see it being worrisome of them doing some corporate bullshit like making it a monthly subscription, mandatory if you want to use it, anything that you could possibly think in the realm of possibility for them to make this a more profitable item while screwing over the people who are already using Discord. But overall, this is all speculation, so I can't really say that they would fuck it up. But, there's room for them to do so, and I would not want that if it meant, coming under control of Microsoft.
You see, Microsoft is actually a company that I would be okay with owning Discord on paper. It would depend on you bring up some excellent points, and it would depend on how Discord is treated post-acquisition. And we can even compare to other companies Microsoft owns, like Skype, and see how well they're doing right now in comparison to, a time where, hypothetically, 5-10 years ago, you would have been like, oh, yeah, Skype, if a pandemic hits and everybody has to work at home, Skype's going to be the fucking thing. And guess what? We're here, and it's not the fucking thing.
They kind of dropped the ball on it.
The ball on that.
Zoom came in and snatched it up. So
Zoom and Discord. Even though Discord was already highly used. So I think Discord being owned by Microsoft could help, especially since it's so gaming focused. Good job hitting the mic there.
You had to call me out. You had to call me out.
Yeah. Especially since it's so gaming focused as is. But I think that honestly could help with a lot of things like crossplay, putting into, you put thoughts into like how crossplay works, especially with how open Xbox has been, with all of that. Integration between the two, I think could be like actually really, really cool and really, really neat.
And you can already access Discord on PC, so there would be two platforms that now can use it. PlayStation would be left out of that, probably.
And that would be unfortunate. Switch would probably get it, because Xbox and Nintendo play nice.
And Switch needs a chat function, too, so it could be good for them.
I'm saying, so a Discord app on Switch would be wonderful. Even though there's no way to talk on a mic with the Switch on, like, your controller or in the console itself. Ridiculous. Fix that, Nintendo.
There wasn't enough room in the dock.
Shut the fuck up. They're liars. No. So, I don't know. I'm kind of 50-50 on this. I'm not really leaning one way or the other about it. If it happens, it happens. Okay, neat. If it doesn't, alright, well, let's see what happens. Epic Games, I'm not adverse to that either.
Amazon is a big no
Amazon
for me.
I'd be a little more, because then you would start seeing like probably like you were saying some
subscription
monthly
bullshit,
subscription things being mandatory or so forth. But it's actually interesting to me that this news is coming out about Microsoft buying it, because Xbox is a little bit of a smaller story. Xbox took away the requirement of Xbox Live Gold to play free to play games online and to talk in their party chat system. So you no longer need gold to use those functions. You can just play games and play Fortnite and talk with your friends all you want. Which that's really cool that they did that this last week. And appreciated. Probably should have happened a little while. Probably should have happened a while ago.
Better late than never.
Better late than never. So now that that's happened, I could see them retiring their old party system and acquiring Discord and making Discord the main thing. If I were to guess, Discord just goes public.
They seem to be leaning in that direction based off the speculation.
Yeah, I would imagine Discord just goes public.
I mean, they're already successful on their own. They might just
dealing
do
with
better.
investors and so forth. And then, if I were to guess, they just put a Discord app on everything. Your PlayStations, your Xboxes, your whatever else you need a Discord app on, your TV. Why not put a Discord app on your TV?
Yeah, that's fine.
Sure. So yeah. Anything more to say on possible Discord acquisitions, Connor?
And not really. It's all speculation at the end of the day. Just hopefully, if any company does end up buying it, they're not going to do shitty things with it. That's my first and foremost worry.
I mean, I guess, but what is a shitty thing,
What is a shitty thing indeed? It can be anything I want it to be.
Moving on. Our final topic of the day, your second penny. Connor, keeping track? Nakamura, your first penny.
Is there something you're pulling on me later on in
this
the
one,
show?
your second penny.
Yeah.
You keeping track?
I think I guess.
Okay. We've done 36 of these things. I forgot to mention at the top of the episode 36. Also didn't do a good job of pitching hype. It's whatever.
Replowing old land.
Penny number 2. Topic 4. Final Fantasy creator Hironobu Sakaguchi might be retiring soon. The man responsible for the creation of Final Fantasy, Hironobu Sakaguchi, says that his upcoming game, Fantasian, may well end up being his last. The name may not be recognizable as some of the other influential Japanese game developers who have helped shape the industry. His greatest work, however, is celebrated worldwide as one of the greatest JRPG series to ever grace the world of gaming. Now, after a career that has spanned 5 different decades, the man responsible for the creation of Final Fantasy has revealed that his current project may well be his last. If so, Fantasian will serve as a final footnote on what is arguably one of the most impressive resumes in gaming. In a recent interview with VGC, Sakaguchi revealed that he's been thinking about stepping away from full-time game development since work on Fantasian began. The 58-year-old didn't rule out the possibility of overseeing future projects at his Mistwalker studio, although he would likely do so in more of an advisory capacity than anything else. Before making a final decision, though, he plans to take a much-needed vacation once work on the current game has finally been completed. Sakaguchi has been working almost non-stop since he first broke into the industry in 1984. He's had a hand in the creation of 66 games since then, including big hits like Chrono Trigger, Super Mario RPG, and Parasite Eve. His crowning achievement, however, is undoubtedly Final Fantasy, with Sakaguchi not only coming up with the idea for the series, but also directing its first 5 entries himself. If Fantasian does prove to be his last game, it will have to be quite something to even come close to rivaling Sakaguchi's past work. Interestingly, the veteran developer is not the only person thinking about stepping back from the industry following Fantasian's release. His comments come just mere weeks after legendary composer Nobu Uematsu revealed that the game's soundtrack could end up being his last. Like Sakaguchi, Uematsu found fame as a result of his excellent work on the Final Fantasy series and has gone on to compose many of the most beloved Final Fantasy soundtracks. While no less disappointing, Uematsu's retirement announcement perhaps comes a less of a surprise due to both his age and his past health concerns. The 62-year-old took time off in 2018 to focus on his health, although returned shortly after to complete work on the soundtrack for the Final Fantasy VII Remake. What exactly his comments mean for the future parts of the project remain to be seen. Given his strong ties to the series, it would be a little surprising if Uematsu is not involved in some capacity.
So 2 big titans heading out to the west.
You know, salute. Mm-hmm. Salute. To the west?
I don't know. To the west? Like, people rest in the west, right?
I feel like people went out and died in the west, Connor.
Ah, they rested too.
I think everybody went west and died, Connor.
They got a nice sun out in the west. A nice blazing sun.
Dust Bowl.
Dust Bowl.
You know.
Well, like west.
The Gold Rush.
Alright, east. That better? They live in the...
Did anybody ever go east, Connor?
Dude, they're in Japan. They are in the east.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
Anyways, they're retiring. Salute to our legends. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah, Nobu Uematsu. I don't know why I always didn't have trouble pronouncing names, Japanese names on the show.
Uematsu, I know that.
Uematsu. Yeah, I should know it because he is without a doubt my favorite composer in video games of all time. I've loved every single bit of his work. He's done the Final Fantasy soundtracks, have some of the best soundtracks in gaming. My favorite soundtrack that was released last year was for the Final Fantasy VII Remake. So it is sad to see him go, but he's obviously getting up there in age, and it might be better for him to start thinking about retiring. But same thing for Sakaguchi as well. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very unfortunate.
Their game,
when you put in his work, at some point you just got to be like, all right, that's it.
Yeah, years and years of work. Might as well just give up now.
So
now, I do have to point out that Fantasian, it's a mobile game, which is probably the worst part about it. Because when I think no mobile game, I think, well, I'm probably not going to play that. But I know you didn't look up any images. It has a kind of a photorealistic background that I found pretty interesting, especially for a mobile game, because usually you try to, skimp out on those kinds of things. But it'd be one I'd give a try. But
these screenshots you've shown me, they look cool.
They look cool. Yeah, it's a cool looking game.
They kind of look like it.
They're like the old RPGs.
Looks like Octopath, but with a realistic art style.
Yes, it does.
All right, neat. I can't say I would do that because I don't like playing games on touchscreens.
What if it comes on Switch?
Then I'm probably I don't know. If
you have so many games on Switch.
Shout out to Severed though. Severed touchscreen game. Love it
again. Severed,
great game. You should play it.
Never played it. Is it on PS5? Not PS5,
It
PS4.
might be on PS4. I know it's on Android and iOS, and I'm pretty sure it's probably on PC somewhere, I imagine. But yeah. Severed, great game. Anyways, but that has nothing to do with you, Jared. Salute to our legends. Appreciate everything you've done, bro. Final Fantasy's cool.
Yep.
I like Final Fantasy.
Maybe see you around.
So, Connor, that's it for the news this week. Quick little breezy.
Mm-hmm.
Just jumping straight in,
Easy
straight
breezy.
out. So let's go ahead and talk about what we've been playing. I'm gonna go ahead and go first, Connor, because
Just had something special for
I've
me.
only been playing one thing.
Okay, let me guess.
Yeah.
Is it something you talked about before on this show?
Well, not
on your Let's Play segment, like or what you've been playing segment.
Kind of technically, but no.
Have you been playing? Not Star Wars Old Republic is what I would assume you've been playing.
No, I've not touched Star Wars.
Okay, well I guess I wouldn't know. What is it?
As you know, I acquired myself a PlayStation 5. So I've been playing some PS5 games.
Yeah, what game have you been playing, Tavin?
Connor, have spent the whole week playing that there Spider-Man Remastered.
Are you fucking kidding me? Do you know what I thought you were going to say?
Yeah.
What do you think I was going to say?
What do you think
I thought you were going to say, like, Demon Souls. I was like, what? You like it that much?
Oh, I did play Demon Souls. I did. I forgot.
Because
so
I'm going to play
I played some more Pathless. Pathless, again, great game. So everybody go play Pathless. Go buy a PlayStation and go play Pathless.
Buy your PlayStation.
Pathless is great.
Simple. Buy your PlayStation.
Oh, I did touch Demon Souls. Let me talk about Demon Souls real quick.
Okay.
It's a Souls game.
Means nothing coming from you.
It's a Souls game.
From the mouth of the man who says that, what is it? Actually, only things to piss me off about Dark Souls. That's all you say about Dark Souls. Like, it's not that good a game. And I know you don't think that either. Well, you might.
It's Demon Souls. It's a Souls game. It's a Souls game.
But it looks like a good, good Souls game.
Here. Let me give you a little more. So I'm playing as. It's either warrior or knight.
It doesn't matter.
It's not the main option. It's the one right under it, and I'm playing one of those. My very first impression of the game is I don't think the signposting in it is too good, or is too well made. Maybe it was just me being an idiot. Maybe I just haven't played enough to understand the language of the signposting. But
I can't fact check you.
I got stuck in the like you're playing and you're running through and you're killing these like little tiny guys or whatever that don't mean anything. And then you hit that first boss and he wiped the floor with me. Of course, killed me in like 5 seconds. I was like, all right, well I'm dead. Took one hit and I was gone.
Something you might keep up with, considering your
Demon Souls?
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah, because I know when it comes to Souls games, you're like, you gave this one a chance.
Well, I mean, I've got time.
Yeah. Okay.
So, I'll probably load it up again.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so when the first boss kills you, you get sent to like this like
the Nexus
hub world. Yeah, you get sent to like the Nexus or whatever. Or is it called the Nexus?
It's called the Nexus.
Yeah. Maybe I'm just an idiot. Couldn't figure out how to get to the first actual level.
Oh.
I was walking around the Nexus for like 10 minutes like an idiot. And I was like, what the fuck?
I've never played Demon Souls, so I can't judge anything.
The little thing where like players can leave like little hints and stuff in the world and stuff, and you can see echoes of other players. They got me, Connor.
Come on, Tavin. You really fell for it. Let me guess. Jump down here. Yeah. Oh boy, this guy found a secret.
Well, it's like, and this is my issue with the signposting, is the camera pans, and it's supposed to point you at a thing that you're supposed to interact with.
Yeah.
And it panned, and it pointed at the thing you're supposed to interact with, but that thing is on some stairs.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I went up the stairs.
Oh, okay, and then...
And I kept going up the stairs. Those are tall stairs. And I kept going, and I went right past the thing you're supposed to interact with. And then a blood echo, like, kept running upstairs. Like, I was like, okay, let me go follow the blood echo. And I was like, alright. And I went up there, and then that blood echo jumped off. And then there was a note on the ground that said, jump off. I said, I don't believe this.
But it jumped down there.
I don't believe this. So then I turned to the left, went to a little alcove. It was dead end, nothing in there. But there was a thing that said, hey, turn around and jump off. And I was like, am I supposed to kill myself again? Am I supposed to get the double death? Because they don't want me to collect those souls that I got from that little intro bit of the gaming? That would be a Dark Souls thing to do. Is to be like, no, fuck you. You don't get those starter souls. Fuck you.
Oh yeah, you missed out on those too, huh?
Oh yeah, those are gone. But there's no way they wouldn't have been gone. Like,
no, they wouldn't have been.
I don't even know how to get back to that.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh man, maybe they're like, man, fuck you, go kill yourself. So I went and I killed myself. That didn't work. I'm still in the Nexus. And then I walked around a little more. There's a whole fucking hallway dedicated to tutorials. You're just looking at the like little scratches. What are they called?
The messages.
They're like messages, yeah, but what are they called? Whatever.
Yeah.
It's literally just breaking down all like the main mechanics of like dodging and how the health gauge works. And I'm like, it's like 30 fucking things I gotta fucking read.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
then I read all those and I kind of understood what they were talking about. And then I went into the first world and then I killed a couple of things, died twice, and I was like, all right.
I'm good. I'm good for now.
I'm good for now. Played for about 30, 45 minutes, somewhere around there.
I had forgotten that Souls games would do that. Mainly, I remember Bloodborne being the most specific because there's a garden off to the right in the hub world, and tutorials right there, but it's out of the way of where everything's interesting, so you never think to go there.
But the thing about those messages, Connor, is it looks like players put them.
Yeah.
They are so random, like, and they're like on top of each other, so it's hard to like dig in and read each and every one of them, and it's like, what the fuck? Y'all just threw them down and said, all right, here you go.
You find them. Hopefully you've played video games, so you should know right bumper does hit.
Right, but that wasn't a thing when the original Demon Souls came out.
Nope, not at all. You gotta carry on the old spirit.
So yeah, I mean, it looks good. What everybody said is true. It's a Demon Souls game. Or it's a Dark Souls game. It's Souls.
Yeah, well.
And I'm like, all right, cool.
Well, Spider-Man's just Spider-Man, so let's see
it is just Spider-Man.
The game you played earlier.
I can say something about Spider-Man that's worth saying. Mm-hmm. With the remaster, we got you get a 4K 1080p resolution thing or something, like super high resolution mode at 30 frames per second. You can do a 60 frames per second at the normal like 30 frames, 720, whatever. That you got pretty much on the, what did I say? I said 60 frames a second for the lower resolution and then there's like a middle ground where it's like a slightly lower resolution, 60 frames a second, and, ray tracing. Mm-hmm. Which is called the performative mode. I've been playing mostly in performative, but I switched around in the opening hour of Spider-Man Remastered to all the different settings or whatever. And let me tell you what, I don't understand how I played this game so much in 30 frames on PS4. It is a different experience, and I don't understand how I played Miles Morales at 30 frames on PS4. It's a different experience. Everything is so smooth.
Yeah.
And I have so much more control over everything that's happening.
Because everything just runs smoother. So
everything is just running way smoother, and it looks like if I ever switch it back to the 30 frames mode for the 4K and the ray tracing and that, it looks like I'm playing a fucking slideshow. I'm like, Jesus Christ, how did I ever play video games this way? Because 30 frames used to be the fucking standard for the longest time. And now I think it's still a little ridiculous that we're not hitting 60 every time on console. But yeah, everything is so much more fluid, and it feels so good, and it's awesome. The ray tracing's nice. It's not on everything; it's on selective things. Because then we wouldn't be able to, or the way I'm playing on the performance ray tracing mode, so that I can have a little bit of both. It's not ray tracing on everything; it's ray tracing on enough things to where you see it a lot. And still keep that 60 frames, and they've also lowered, NPC density. Mm-hmm. So, there's not as many people walking on the street, there's not many cars, but whatever. That's just set dressing for a game like this anyway. So yeah, and the 60 frames, huge difference. The ray tracing, very nice. Overall, game, much prettier. I've got the new face model, I'm trying to get used to him, just kinda can't. Mm-hmm. At least not yet. I mean, I'm more accepting, I'm like, alright, that's who they want me to think is Spider-Man, but it's not like Spider-Man.
It's not Spider-Man, yeah.
Hopefully by the time I'm done with the campaign, I'll be like, okay, no, that's Spider-Man now. Mm-hmm. And then, whenever I see the old guy, I'll be like, what the fuck? Oh, right. That's right. The old guy. But they were right. You know what? I'll be honest. This face is more expressive.
Yeah, they are.
I'm getting more nuance. I'm getting more, there's just some things that are happening now that didn't happen before. And there were, moments that, made the old face look a little duh. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? A little dirt, like a derpy looking. Yeah. And it no longer looks so derpy. Derpy in a bad, not in a charming, that's Peter Parker way. Derpy in his face looks kind of stupid. Like, way. So there's less of that with this new face. So that's kind of cool. And then what else can I say about Spider-Man? It's Spider-Man.
It plays like Spider-Man.
It's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Like, we played it. We played it in 2018. It's a great game.
It's a good game. The swinging mechanics are great.
Number one best game you can get if you get a PlayStation. As declared by me.
It was like
episode 7, whenever we did that episode.
It is the best.
Yeah. It's the best game you can buy as a new PlayStation owner. If you buy a PlayStation, if your first purchase is not Spider-Man, you're fucking up.
Well, you could play like The Last of Us Part 2, I guess. Be easy entrance into the PlayStation.
The Last of Us Part 2?
Yeah.
I don't know about all that. Easy entrance. And don't get me wrong, Last of Us Part 2, phenomenal game.
I won't challenge you on that.
Better game than Spider-Man?
Because at the end of the day, you said for new players, so I can back.
Players.
I can back off. I can't disagree with that.
There you go. And I think you said the same thing when we did that episode, and that was my pitch. I was like, for new PlayStation owners, you should probably play Spider-Man.
Yeah, I'd forgotten about that. I was like, has he claimed that before? I guess he has.
Yes, sir. Anyways, that's about all I've been playing.
Mm-hmm.
I would not have been playing anything else because on our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/2pennygames, Hype, Have You Ever Played, a show that I run with my buddy Phil every Tuesday at 1 p.m. Central Time. We've been playing Metal Gear Solid 3. We had to take a break this last week because I had some family stuff to do, but we're back on this week. We're continuing Metal Gear Solid 3. I don't think we're going to finish it. I do think we're going to get to the ladder, though.
Okay.
Tune in and see how he does against, bosses like the Fear in the end. We're definitely getting to those guys. And I guess if we get to the end, we're getting to the ladder.
Yeah.
That's literally how but he doesn't know that. Phil, if you're listening, I don't believe you are, fucking shut up.
You'd be surprised.
You'd be surprised. Sometimes he does listen.
You come in and say, Connor, why'd you say that about me?
Anyways, so yeah, the ladder, we're probably going to reach it this week. It's very exciting. Very excited about the ladder. How much further we're going to get past that? I don't know. Depends how long the end takes him. Connor, do you remember, how long did the end take you? As a new player, you were older than I was. The end took me 3 days. My first time.
Wait a second. The ladder sequence doesn't come after the end?
Yes, it does.
Doesn't it come after the next one?
No. Because the next one is the Fury.
Yeah. I thought
the Fury is way after.
Oh, that's what
Because Connor, you're in the jungle, you're in the forest, and this is more spoilers. Yeah. Phil, again, turn the podcast off. You don't need to hear what Connor's been playing. It's probably been some bullshit.
Yes. well, one was.
No, because you're in the jungle for a lot of the game, like more than half the game. And then you fight the end, you beat the end, you go into a cave, you go up the ladder, and then you go to the ladder to the mountains. And you're in the mountains. You remember the mountains?
Yeah, I remember the mountains.
You remember the mountains? You go to the mountains, you meet Eva, you backtrack a little bit, and then you go into the sewers from the mountains.
Resident Evil 6 gameplay setting.
And then in the sewers, you fight the Fury.
Huh, okay.
And then after the Fury, you're in Groznygrad for pretty much the rest of the game.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, never mind then. Hopefully he'll enjoy it. Yeah,
I think we're, and this is why I was asking, how long if you can remember, how long do you think it took you to fight the end? Because it took me 3 days, but I was a dumb little kid.
For me, it was pretty easy.
You think?
It wasn't that difficult. Yeah, you can easily scope out where he is and then...
Huh. Did you do the boss fight correctly, where it was like a sniper fight?
Yeah. Because I knew I was going to wait a week.
Yeah.
Do the secret hidden... A week?
There's a couple
2 weeks?
There's a couple secret hidden. Huh? It's a week.
A week, okay.
Yeah. If you get to him, save the game, turn it off, leave for a week and come back, he's dead.
Yeah.
If you come back quicker than that, he put you to sleep and put you in jail and you got to backtrack.
Yeah, I did not do that, no.
I found that out the hard way.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I'll turn off the game for now. I'll come back to it later.
I was like, I'm done. I'm walking away. And then I came back and I was like, fuck! Yeah, so Metal Gear Solid 3, twitch.tv/2pennygames. Hype. Have you ever played? Connor, what have you been playing this week?
Well, I've been playing some more Fire Emblem Three Houses. That's been
lovely.
Yeah, I'm getting through that. I did the battle at the Eagle and Lion.
Lovely. You have called the Blood of the Eagle and the Lion?
Blood of the Eagle and the Lion,
Because the first one is called the battle, and then the second one is called the blood, because we're dying.
I didn't like how one of the characters ended their character arc, even though it's not focused on
the
in that
like
route.
3 years old. You can probably... Oh, I guess it's not 3 years old. It's
No,
2019. Yeah. You can do some spoilers anyway.
You know, Dimitri dies off screen, right?
Oh, yeah, that was some bullshit.
Yeah, it was. And then, especially in the Blue Lions route, where it's like, You deal with his personal problems that he's going through during the events of the Golden Deer.
To be fair, it's not that he dies off... Well, I guess he does technically die off screen. But it's not that he's dying off... You killed him, and he succumbs to his wounds. And
No.
Doesn't he?
No, that's not what happens.
Oh, what happens?
No, they're saying, hey, I saw what happened to him. After the battle, he chased after Edelgard, and then he was dealing with wounds, and he collapsed, and then soldiers came around, all surrounded him and speared him to death.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Even the story I said that I thought was... my head canon was better.
Oh,
he
really?
just succumbed to the wounds you gave him.
No.
Wow, that's terrible.
Yeah, well, compare that with Blue Lion's route, where it's like, once he overcomes those problems that he was dealing with, he's like, oh, Claude is asking for our help. Let's go help them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's like, I feel like something like that would have been more on par with this, because his motivations for doing what he was doing weren't really there this time around.
Yeah.
Kind of,
I mean, it
didn't fit.
I mean, if you have context from the other routes, you know why he goes insane and why he becomes an asshole.
Which is the other issue with this.
With the gold is that, and that was my issue back when I played I was like, dude, I finished it and I was like, dude, what the fuck is going on with Dimitri's story? What is going on there? Like, cause none of this shit makes sense.
It's one of those games you just gotta play multiple times if you want the full story.
Yeah, but I think in that way it's a bad way, cause your game is 80 hours long.
Yeah. And I didn't know that either. I thought everything was, with bits and character pieces gone, everything was going to happen kind of relatively the same, but it didn't.
Yeah, no, Golden Deer is probably the most dramatically different from the others.
I do know that the church route is the same. It's literally the same thing. But yeah, beside the point. But I played that more.
The same thing as the Golden Deers?
Yes, as the Golden Deers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
but it's shorter.
No, that's the Empire.
No, the church is a short route too. It's like,
I heard it was
not as short. It's not as short as the Black Eagles route, but it's short too.
I heard it was the same as the Blue Lions and Golden Deer. I mean,
it might be the same as the Blue Lions.
I haven't played it yet, so
yeah, it might be the same as the Blue Lions.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Golden Deer is definitely the longest though.
It is. Yeah, Blue Lions has been my longest experience so far. But I played more of that. Hopefully, be finishing it in the next week. It hasn't been a priority of mine, so I haven't been able to complete it as quickly as I want to. But besides that, I tried out a little bit of a new beta for an MMO called Magic Legends. So
could have just hit me up and we could play some Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Well, it was like one of my friends said, "Hey, this thing is
one
happening."
of your friends, Connor.
Yes. Because it was a beta. It's a beta. There's no dedication to a beta.
You're right.
But anyway, what happened is that it's an MMO that's based off.
Just saying we could have a lot of fun together. Connor.
I'm just
we don't
saying.
have fun anymore.
I'm just saying.
You just come in, you record this podcast with me, and you leave.
And I told you last week. I was like, I feel guilty about leaving.
We haven't even played Smash Brothers in weeks, Connor.
Fine.
I'm feeling a little neglected here.
Play it after the show, Tavin.
Well, we can do that, or we can go and finish Resident Evil 7.
Probably won't do that.
No. It's like 3 hours left. It's less than. It's like 2 hours left, probably.
Probably won't do that. Yeah.
Be pretty easy. Just bang it right out.
I have prior engagements. You must understand.
Okay.
I'll tell you more about that later.
Anyways,
but
some Smash?
What?
Some Smash?
Yeah, some Smash.
Oh, lovely. I like Smash.
I'll play Smash.
I like Smash. Yeah.
But
continue.
Magic Legends, it's an MMO that's based off the card game Magic the Gathering. So in Magic the Gathering, first you just come out and say it was a pretty big disappointment as far as a MMO goes.
Okay.
Which, in and of itself, I already kind of have enough of a problem playing MMOs. The world itself has to really capture me. Magic the Gathering doesn't really have a captivating world, and the MMO doesn't do enough to bring you in, to entice you in any way, shape, or form.
Okay.
That's my own personal
gripes
with MMOs, and if they succeed in that area or not.
See, this is why we should play Star Wars,
because it does
easy in, dude.
Now, all of this could just be because of a beta, but
it's probably because of a beta.
I hope so, because the character customization is so in the card game. There's 5 mana colors that are representative of play styles. That's shown in the gameplay, where you choose a class based off each of the monocolors. So it's black, red, white, green, and blue. And then that's it. You don't get to customize the race of the character, despite there being a bunch of races in Magic the Gathering. You're able to choose the base body type,
choose your
man
sex,
or woman.
I assume?
Yeah, man or woman. But for an MMO, it's just not much, especially if you compare it to the Magic the Gathering setting. There's not even anything there. Once again, could be because of a beta. But I also thought they would have combinations of different colors of mana, so they can do different type of classes.
Oh, a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
A little bit column A, column B.
That's what I like to do. I like to do a little bit of a couple things.
That was my biggest expectancy with it was, okay, they'll do that. Let's see what the customization is. And when it didn't give me that, I was like, well, there's only going to be so many people that someone can play. So if they don't fix this when their main game comes out, which I don't know when it's coming out, you're not going to have much to bring anybody in.
Did you even look into it and like see if it was like, oh, okay, they just didn't put the
I did not.
creator in the... Oh, okay. So you could just be talking out of your ass.
I could be, yeah, which is what I'm saying. Like, if they said, hey, this is just beta stuff, I'll give them more leg room. But even besides that, it's...
Because why do you need a character creator in a beta? You know?
Yeah, but it's still the point where I would expect more of the game would be complete, such as that, with how limited they were in customization options.
Sure. Okay. How's the game?
Not that good either. That's the core of it. They have a cool system where, like Magic the Gathering, where you have different types of cards that you can play that have certain effects, such as creatures, such as sorceries, which send out certain abilities. You have that in this game, and you're so easily able to cast them that it seemingly just kind of becomes a game of, okay, here's my button. It charges really quickly. There's no real reason to not use that ability. I use it again. And it just seemed like I was simply sitting there, tapping buttons, not even trying any capacity. And it wasn't all that fun. You know, and I get MMO combat isn't the most complex, because, you know, you can't make as much of a balanced game if you're just being able to, you know, get 360 no-scopes or whatever you're trying to do. But I just expected it to be more fun. Gameplay just wasn't. And I was like, okay, it's not terrible. It's not broken gameplay. So I guess the beta accomplished that, plus the fact the servers were working just fine.
Well, you do know...
But,
okay.
Yeah,
all right.
It wasn't that good.
You know. Even for, like, MMO stuff, which is
not
just
even for
clicking
MMO
and...
stuff, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Wow. Anything else you've been playing this week?
I played a little bit of Civ 6 before I left here. Didn't really get into the bigger mechanics of the game, so...
No, you just
I'll come
touched
back
it.
to that more later.
Touched it and we're like, all right, I'll come back to this.
Played Valorant. Or other than that, nothing really new.
Fair enough. Yeah, me neither. All right. So, except for the things I talked about.
Yeah.
So, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that has been your Two Penny Games cast. Remember, episode 36. Remember, you can catch us Monday, 8 a.m., YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. Did I say SoundCloud? I said SoundCloud. You know, just start, Google us.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna be there. We're gonna pop up. There's playlists. You can go look at the playlists, listen to them all in order. I wouldn't do that. The first episode, not great. We recorded it wrong and the audio is terrible. Yeah.
It sounds not good at all.
Anyways.
Yeah.
But,
do you have links to those channels on the YouTube page?
What?
The SoundCloud account, Spotify.
I think so, somewhere.
Oh.
It might just be a link to the Twitch page, actually, now that I think about it. Anyways, subscribe, hit the bell, leave a comment, share it. Do all those things.
Mm-hmm.
You know, get that engagement up, people. Please.
Use those functions.
Please. Anyways, if you're looking for more Two Penny content, me and Phil, hype, twitch.tv/2pennygames. Reminder, we're doing Metal Gear Solid 3. We're continuing it. Probably not finishing it until next week. And then we'll probably be jumping into Kingdom Hearts 2, because there's not, you know, depending on where we leave off this week, probably not going to be that much game left of Snake Eater. But, anyways, come see us on that. Twitch.tv/2pennygames, 1 p.m. But other than that, everybody, y'all have a great week. Stay safe out there.
See you guys.
And Connor,
don't get COVID.
Don't do that.
No.
You know, wear your mask, social distance, get your vaccine if you can.
Mm-hmm.
Why not? Don't get the Johnson & Johnson one. It's got like 70-something% success
Oh
rate.
yeah,
that's not great.
Just get the Pfizer one.
67. Just get the Pfizer. Get the 2 shots. It's not a big deal. Get the 2 shots.
But needles hurt.
You go once. You wait a couple weeks. You go again.
And then you get 2 needle hurts. You get 2 needle hurts, and that's not good.
You don't like needles, Connor.
I don't like needles.
Not a big needle guy.
No.
Needles don't bother me.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like
you do like
I don't
being
like
a
to get stuck.
masochist?
I don't like getting stuck by them. No, I'm not a masochist. I don't like getting stuck by the needle, but you know, we're on a whole diatribe. Until next week, Connor, say bye to the people.
I already said bye.